Matt's a great fit for Compassion. We are an organisation really focused on integrity and ensuring that we are delivering a great service to the people with whom we work. And he's someone that is so passionate about making a difference. He's someone that really clearly aligns with our values, which are helping those in need, which are being a voice for the poor. Looking at his past as obviously a footballer, having played internationally, played the state of origin, he was with a number of different clubs, then he went into coaching, he's a businessman. He was obviously approached by Abbott to run for a Liberal Party seat. So I instantly thought, wow, this guy is a bit of an achiever and obviously someone who really makes things happen.
I've known Matt for many years, mainly through his charity work, originally with the Princess Charlotte Alopecia Foundation, which of course he founded for his daughter Charlotte, and then through work he's done for Variety and the kids we support.
Having a daughter suffer alopecia at the age of 7 was not life-threatening, but certainly life-changing for our family. With other siblings involved, it became the focus point of our family and it tore us apart. You sometimes feel like this emotional state that you've got to rise above it and somebody has to be strong. And I know from a family point of view, both my wife and other child were really affected by this situation, as well as dealing with the emotion of Charlotte. And it was a time in my life where I felt I had to rise above a lot of things that I never had to confront as a rugby league player. It was more challenging for me personally than rugby league. From that we found a positive. We turned our back on the negative aspect of this condition and found a positive, and that was to raise money, to buy wigs for kids, to give them a chance to get into life and live life to the fullest. And that's all any dad wants for a child.
Variety is an unusual organisation. Unlike most organisations which focus on a fairly narrow area, we help Australian children who are sick, disadvantaged or have special needs. And last year alone we helped children with 133 different needs. Across the country we're granting equipment worth $1.2 million a month, so around about $13 million worth of equipment a year. And Matt has been a very big part of that in our alopecia program with suction wigs.
Variety of the Children's Charity is a great charity. We spend our time helping others and raising money for others to give them some sort of quality of life. Most of them are a disability type charity, and just to give that child that extra additional chance to get out onto the street, to get to school and really combat life like any other normal child would want to do. Destiny Rescue is a tough one. It's confronting, to go into Thailand and places like this and address sex child trafficking is a real difficult issue to address, and something that's really confronting here in Australia. 1 in 5 children in Australia will be sexually assaulted before the age of 18. So if I have 3 children, there's a chance that could be my family, and it can sometimes be your closest relative. But we need to bring awareness to this condition. Compassion Australia breaks the poverty cycle. If you earn $150,000 a year, you are the 0.8% of the richest person in the world on the poverty cycle. If you earn $14,000 a year, like somebody in Bali, Indonesia does, you are the 50th% richest person in the world. So that statistic gives you an understanding of how many people live below the poverty line.
Compassion is an international child development organisation. So we work in 26 of the world's poorest countries to help bring children in need out of poverty. And we do that through partnering with the local church in those areas. The reason we do that is because the church is already there. They know the community really well, they know the children in need, and they basically are wanting to do something, but they just don't have the means to be able to do it. So Compassion equips them with funding and support from countries like Australia to be able to help those in need. And we currently, through child sponsorship, support around 1.3 million children in developing countries. And we also work with tertiary education, we work with childcare and infant mortality, and also with sort of community development.
A great belief in life that you've got to give to receive. It's something that I believe very wholeheartedly in, that life can't be all about you. And when people start to learn within our communities again, and this is something that's very dysfunctional, I feel, in a lot of broken families across Australia at the moment, that when you get back on your feet, it's great to understand that if you give that little bit, it'll come back to you. Not wanting it to come back, but knowing that if you give, you will receive. And I think this is a real vital element of life that people need to share and be more open. Open your hearts, open your spirits to other people within your community. Touch your neighbour, touch the person next to you, and rebuild bridges that have been broken. We need to forgive to forget.